have just chatting it up, and we wanted to start off something serious here, and she just wants to say something about the soldiers in Afghanistan. So we're going to start
Yes,
off.
my heart goes out. My prayers, thoughts, and prayers are with the 13 service members who lost their lives yesterday, and the Afghan civilians who lost their lives in that cowardly terrorist attack at the Kabul airport. I'm thinking about their families. I have a nephew in the military, and my heart goes out. I'm so sorry that we could not end this war without the loss of additional lives. I also want to say that I support President Trump and President Biden's decision to end this endless, forever war. We need to bring our men and women home. We need to end this war and invest in this country. We spent 20 years, $2 trillion on over 2,000 lives lost of American servicemen and women, as well as thousands of Afghani civilians. So thank you.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, terrible times. It's such a nobody, just so much to think about, so much confusion. But you were all right. That's the most important part, is the people that are still need to be saved and the people that we lost. And it's good that we're maybe on the works of ending some of these nonsensical wars.
Oh, I hope so. This is because we spent $2 trillion on this war, and like I said, our treasure, when we could be rebuilding in this country. President Carter had contacted President Trump, and because President Trump was talking about, well, why can't we have trains and high-speed rails and et cetera? And President Carter said, because we've been spending all this money on war. And so I would like to see money that we're spending on war spent on Medicare for all.
Right. And you're sponsoring Medicare for all, right?
Oh, yes, I am. I very much support Medicare for all.
Tell us about that a little
bit. Pardon me?
Just go ahead and tell us what you think about Medicare for all.
I think Medicare for all really is the proper way to go for this country in terms of cost and quality of care. Medicare for all is perhaps our most popular program. It is not, as everyone likes, as Republicans like to call it, an entitlement. These are programs we've paid for. It's a contract that our seniors have paid for. We would all sign that contract. We would all pay into Medicare for all. I think one of the reasons I support Medicare for all is also it has the support of bipartisan support. President Trump supported Medicare for all. When he told the Australian Prime Minister, you Australians have a better health care than we Americans. And what does Australia have? They have, first of all, it's mandatory. So it's Medicare, health care as a right, human right. So number one. Number two, they have the public and the private standing side by side. So I am not looking to eliminate the private health insurance. That is not why I'm running. I am running to get Medicare for all. And I'd like to see them stand side by side. I want to see Senator Sanders' bill for dental care, eye care, and hearing aids implemented. Senator Markley from Oregon, his bill that would allow insurance companies to buy into Medicare. People would begin to feel confident about these two programs and that no one is forcing them. But based on the data that I see on Medicare alone, most states that are in Medicare are almost 100%, or at least in the 80, 90 percentile of regular Medicare. Unfortunately, Pennsylvania is on the other end. We have 40% that use Medicare Advantage. I don't want to touch anybody's Medicare Advantage. I just want to give everyone the same option to buy into the Medicare plan. I also do not support forcing people into Medicare Advantage, especially retirees. This is a choice like what they have in Australia. Every year you choose. It is the citizen's right to choose in this market. And it's 50-50 in Australia, which is interesting.
Right. They really do good out down there. Everybody's saying, I remember when Trump said that, I was like, yeah.
Right, exactly. And so, of course, we have to do something about the donut hole. We have to be able to negotiate our drug costs. And finally, I wanted to reach out to the insurance companies and dentists that were upset about this bill that would give seniors coverage for dental, hearing aid, and eyeglasses. I mean, really, that is, dental is, I'm not a doctor, but everything my dentist tells me, they say, well, you come to the dentist and we can tell you whether what kind of sicknesses you're on the way to having.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Because
true.
they're doctors, right?
Yeah,
So
no.
I can't understand why they would sit back and say, "Well, we're not going to get enough money." Well, that is all the negotiation of how much we're going to cover. I'd like us to have a robust coverage. I will fight for a robust coverage in Medicare. I have senior parents, elderly parents.
Wonderful.
I'm going to be there soon,
Nice.
and
Now,
I want.
what's another? Can I ask you what's another big issue for you?
For me, really, it's economic justice.
Right. Okay.
Economic justice is very huge to me, and it all goes to actually bringing in the Green New Deal. One of the things I tell everyone is that it's important that we not just raise minimum wage, right? That people begin going back to the idea that they have a career, right? That they have health insurance, that they have vacations, they have sick leave. And these are not socialist ideas, mind you. Our European allies, the Germans, the French, the folks from the Netherlands, which is doing quite a bit of business here in Pennsylvania, they're the top 5 in happiness. So they have paid sick leave, maternity leave, a parental family leave, etc. I want that's economic justice. People shouldn't have to go to work because they're sick. So I think that's important. But I also bring it in with the Green New Deal because we cannot continue the way we are with manufacturing. If we really truly want to have a Green New Deal, we can't have 75% of our solar panels made in China. Now, I'll tell you, everyone's screaming about China. They're competitive folks. They're smart. They're hardworking. Well, so are we, right? And so we have people who need jobs. We have people who are just as smart and smarter, hardworking. Right. We need those jobs. We need everything dealing with this alternative energy, that entire supply chain made in the United States. And so how will we do that? By declaring them a national interest, a national security interest.
Yes.
So you can't, right? They must be made here. Yep. And take a look. And also another one is semiconductors.
Oh yeah.
Right now, car companies cannot fulfill their shipments of cars because we don't have enough semiconductors. Taiwan is the companies in Taiwan that are big manufacturers of semiconductors are raising the prices.
Oh.
And so we're talking about shortages. No. We need to bring it here. We need to make them here. We have the people. We have to train them. So that's also part of economic justice, right?
Okay.
Job training.
Okay.
Education.
Is that like trade school, college, or is it?
Oh, everyone always says, well, you can't do that. People can sit back and start in trade school, go ahead and get training in trade school and go there. People go to college and go, you know what? I want to learn a trade. This is America. Like, I don't know why people sit back and put themselves in these very narrow paths. I went to law school. When I was in law school, I went to school with a guy who was a union guy. And he told his kids, hey, now it's my turn. So he spent his whole life as a union guy. And so here he was becoming a lawyer.
Oh, nice.
And I work and I've become really good friends with an activist who went to college for art and became a carpenter. And now he's So I listened to this and I said, okay, we can sit back and offer, especially in our high schools, a robust education. The way our parents and grandparents used to have, where you left high school knowing how to do, carpentry. You learn how to do some car mechanics, cooking, and learning, how to live and life skills. So, to me, that's all part of economic justice, as well as really supporting small businesses and entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that's huge.
So,
after this coronavirus.
Right, exactly. When I sat back and I'm the daughter of immigrants and Palestinian immigrants from the West Bank. My parents, uncles, aunts all have their own business. Right? That's what they did. They started grocery stores, clothing stores, carpet stores, smoke shop, whatever. They started their own business, and this is how they thrived. And I think I'd like to see that happen starting in high school as a course where kids learn about how to start a business, how to do a business plan.
Oh, yes.
I
Huge.
taught
I'm hearing
a,
a lot of people talk about that these days.
yeah,
I am.
I taught at Gwynedd Mercy College, and I taught Introduction to Business, and that was an assignment I gave all my students. And one of the best compliments I had was I was invited to graduation, and one of my students was graduating, and it was smack in the middle of the Great Recession. And he said to me, I couldn't find a job, so I remembered that business plan I did in your class, and I dusted it off. I'm starting my own business.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's
Ooh,
awesome.
that
Exactly.
must feel good. Thank you for
It
coming
is.
on. We're going to cut this short because we're just trying to get the pump the algorithms out there. Everybody, we need some likes. So give us some likes right now. We need to get these names out there. We're going to be interviewing for months ahead. We're going to have Alex back on, and we're going to do a Medicare for All Monday show with her,
Thank
and maybe a couple weeks or so down the road. But we want you to jump over, see her pages. All the links will be there. She can use some donations, big time. Let's jump over to the
thank you.
Facebook page. Make sure you're following her. Thank you, everybody. Thank